Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a quick tutorial and review on this nail kit that I have right here. There will be more information about this kit down below in this description box. But yeah, so during this entire quarantine I've just been really bored, and today I decided to do my nails. And for those of you that want something to do during this quarantine, I figured I'd make this tutorial video for you guys. I'm just going to be jumping right into the review then. So this is the kit. Right here, the first item is dip powder. It's a clear translucent powder. The next item I will be showing you is the activator, and later in the video you'll see how you will be using this. We're going to be using it after we apply the dip powder onto the nails. And then right here is the brush on gel, which is also just another way of saying glue, and you'll be using that adhesive to apply the 40 tips that you see here. There's 20 white and 20 clear. And then right here is the black sponge, and you'll be using this to dust off the excess powder. The kit also includes these extra applicator brushes, which we won't be needing for right now. And as you can see, I'm struggling to get out the cuticle pusher. In this tutorial I'm just going to be using my own just because I feel like it's more sturdy, but if you don't have your own, the kit comes with one. And the kit also comes with this nail filer that is double-sided. And then finally, here is the container that you're going to be pouring the dip powder into, and what you're going to be using to dip your finger into to apply the powder. And then here I'm just opening up the direction sheet, which you can see has a lot of tiny letters in it, but that's just because it's in multiple languages, I guess. And then finally I found the side that has the English version, and basically it's just telling you how to prepare your nails. I had a gel manicure on before and I had to take it off, so that's why my nails kind of look like that. I already did the preparation process aside from pushing my cuticles back, so you'll see right here, this is just me pushing my cuticles back. You're going to be doing this with obviously every single one of your nails, and then after this step you're also going to want to buff your nails with a filer that comes in the kit, or the filer that you have on hand at home. Once you have finished pushing back your cuticles and buffing the surface of your nails, you're just gonna grab some alcohol and put it on a pad like I did right here and start cleaning off the surface of your nails. Now this is all just to prepare your nails for when you finally do glue on the tips. It's really important that it's clean, or else the tips just won't stay and won't stick as well as you want them to. Here you can see that I chose to go with the clear tips, and this is just my own personal preference. It doesn't really matter because in the end you will be covering it up with nail polish anyways. As you can tell, I was finally able to find each tip that matched up with each one of my nails. And now the directions say to grab the brush on gel, and like I said earlier, I realized that the gel was just their way of saying glue, so the glue that I bought was really unnecessary. It is really important again that the nail and the tip line up together, and here I'm just showing you what it should look like and how it should fit on the nail. Make sure it's not too big or too small because it will fall off easier, and that is not what you want. Now we are ready to begin applying the tip onto the nail. So here I'm just taking the brush on gel and applying an even coat on this part right here. And you want to do this process relatively quickly because the glue does dry fast. So the trick to making sure that the tip is on right and straight is I just slide it onto the nail first, and then I make sure to apply enough pressure onto it that the glue spreads evenly underneath like it did right there. And we're just gonna hold the nail tip on for about 10 seconds, and that should be enough because like I said, the glue does dry very quickly. This is what it should look like after it has been applied on. Make sure that is even and straight. I'm just applying pressure again to the top and the sides just to really make sure that it is on there. You're just going to continue doing the same exact process with the rest of the tips that remain, and like I said, just be really sure that you're applying the glue on evenly and doing this as quickly as possible while making sure that your nail is on straight. Once you got all the tips on, this is what it should look like. They look mad blocky, but that's okay because we're just gonna go to the next step and file it out to the shape that you want it to be. Here it looks like that my thumb was kind of on, kind of off, but I think it was on. We good. So yeah, the next step is you're going to take the filer and you're going to start shaping out the nail like you want it. Keep in mind, I am not a professional, so this part was actually really hard and time consuming for me, but we are underneath quarantine, so I guess we really do got all the time in the world to do this, sis. So you got this. But a little tip is just take your nail clippers, and if you do want to have a coffin shape or ballerina shape like I'm trying to achieve for today, just take them and clip the sides of your nails and then continue filing, and this will help cut down a lot of time instead of just wasting filing away on your nails. After a long time, I finally finished shaping them. This is how they turned out. Not too bad for my first time, if I do say so myself. They're not completely even, but that's what we're gonna go with. We're finally ready to begin applying the dip powder, and here is when I realized that there is a seal on this container, and I really wish I would have known that before I applied on my nail tips, because then I had to aggressively open up the container with these meat scissors that I found in the kitchen. I don't know why, but I always seem to struggle really hard opening the most simplest containers and packages, but here I finally got the seal off, and now we can just dump the powder into the container thing that they have here. I don't even really know what they call it, but it looks like a mini sled. Anyways, so this is what it looked like before I decided to spill half of the powder all over the place because I'm clumsy as hell. Once I finally got myself situated, you can see I began applying the brush on gel, and it's very important during this step to apply the gel evenly all throughout your finger, because when you do dip it into the powder, you want to make sure that the powder is distributed evenly onto the surface of your nail and there is no missing spots. I didn't really know how to go about dipping my finger into this considering I spilled some of the powder, but I just put it in upside down because my finger was like too big, I guess, or my nail was too long. I don't really know, but I made it work. If you have to, you can just like dump some of the dust. I ended up grabbing my cuticle pusher in the end and just trying to like shovel some of the dust on, but that's what it should look like. And then after waiting about 30 seconds, you want to use that black sponge and just dust off all the extra powder back into the container. This is what my nails look like after I applied the very first layer of the dip powder. Now, the original shape for my nails isn't exactly the same, but that's okay because later on you will be filing it back on. So after this step, you're going to apply a second coat. If you really want to, you can apply a third one, but for this tutorial, I just applied a second coat. Once you have finished applying the second or third coat of the dip powder, now you can take the activator and begin applying it onto the surface of your nail. Feel free to apply a generous amount because this will be helping lock and seal the dip powder work that you have just done. After applying the first layer of activator, we'll be going back and applying the second layer. And just a little tip, when applying the second layer, you can take the applicator brush and brush it off onto a paper towel or something like that before putting it back into the bottle. And this will help the brush not collect any extra powder and ruin the brush. But if the brush does harden up over time, that is why the kit gave you 2 extra applicator brushes in case that does happen. This is how my nail turned out after applying the second layer of the activator, and now you want to grab your file and begin filing and retouching the last parts of the nail. It's important to wait about at least 30 seconds because if you don't wait 30 seconds, then it will not file and shape right the way you want it to. The very last and final step for here today is just choosing out your nail polish colors. Today I went to go for a blue color scheme. I don't typically paint my nails these types of colors, but I guess I just decided to switch it up. And you also don't want to forget to grab a top coat. Mine is from just my house, but the colors that I'm showing you right here I bought at CVS, and I will just put more of the information down below in the description box. Okay, so boom, this is what my nails turned out like. They didn't turn out too bad actually. I mean, the shape could do a little bit more work. I think for the next time, if I do this again, I'm just gonna go for a regular square cut shape. And other than that, I am pretty happy with how my nails turned out. I hope after watching this tutorial that you guys have a pretty good result like I did as well. But thank you so much for watching my very first video, and stay tuned for more videos that I do plan on putting onto this channel.